It's the Caleb MTGO Show.
Ooh, pack one, pick one frog. Awkward because like frog's really good within in the reanimator shell, but I think you just still take the frog anyway. Hell yeah, synthetic. Quieter during show and tell. Since I was further from the mic, yeah. I should have thought about that. And then I wasn't paying attention to the chat because because I was like reading and stuff. Yeah, my bad. Settings are the same as always. They are, yeah. Oh my god. Turn 1 frog. Only thing better than a turn 2 frog. Really glad I let on one of those black cards, Let's grab... Oh, shit. I was going to say Voidwalker and then try and wheel Urborg for it, but I guess we take Hull Breacher here, Frog's kind of sick with draw 7s, and Hull Breacher obviously is, right? Thinking about Life, Death, Nethergoyf, and Consider. I've been happy with Nethergoyf for my frog shells. Nice little compact threat. Deck's gonna make exactly 3 people sad. Yeah, 3 people sad, and then all these viewers happy. How about that? I'm not reading any books at the moment, no. I've got a huge reading list. A packed reading list. I think the last thing I started reading was a Swamp Thing omnibus. And that was like months ago. I'm gonna take this Sewers, the Inner City Sewers. Him and Troll are both great, but so much nicer to have good mana, right? Oh, that sounds fun, Bondulf. Hey, spicy meatball, thanks for $4.20. The last time I went to Amsterdam, the only time I've been to Amsterdam was for a Magic Pro Tour. And I day 2'd but didn't cash. But considering, I don't know, considering my sleeping situation, I was pretty, and it was my first Pro Tour. I thought that was pretty good. Anyway, the day before I was going to fly home, I took a space cake and then, like, timed it to see how long it would take to kick in, right? I was like, okay. Cool. So, on the flight home, I could take one of these when I enter the airport, and then just, like, zonk out on the plane, pass out real easy, just have an easy go of it. Real chill time. Is that a Tameo? That's a fucking Tameo. So the next day, I go for this plan, but instead of taking one of the space cakes, I eat 2 of them. So I was like, well, I want to be high for a very long time, right? I don't want to just sober up too early. The effect of this was that it kicked in way further, way sooner. Apparently, when you double your dosage of a drug, it's more effective, see? Which I had not thought of. And so I'm like halfway through customs, and I'm just like high as hell. And the poor customs agent is very aware of my situation, right? He's working in Amsterdam customs. He's like dealt with this a billion times. And he's just getting so frustrated with me. And he's like, what is your full name? What is the date you bought your ticket? Bought my ticket? Oh my god. I gotta like think back like 4 months as the space cakes are just racking my brain. That poor guy, that poor customs agent. I felt so bad. And then when I got on the plane, that was terrible too. That was just a really rough idea. My ears didn't pop. And so I was just like very high and in a lot of pain. It was just a miserable plane ride. One of my least favorite plane rides I've ever been on. So I would not repeat that gambit, I guess, is what I'm getting at. I don't think I've flown high since. That was a one and done for Caleb. Correct. The moral of the story is do not do drugs. That has been the stance of this stream for As long as I've been streaming, I've been telling people not to do drugs. A very consistently anti-drug stream. If you ever find any drugs out in the wild, send them to me and I can properly dispose of them. You do not want to risk contamination and such. You don't want to risk becoming a doper addict. Oh, much worse. Hi, my name's Zombie. I didn't find out about that for years. You take some melatonin to sleep on the plane? Yeah, that sounds good. I have flown with flapjacks, yeah. I think my actual worst plane experience was the year that I flew out to TwitchCon. I took a red eye, and I usually sleep pretty well on the planes. And I was like, I'll pay for a cheaper flight. I'll have my 6-hour flight out to California, right? I'll sleep on the plane. I'll show up like fully rested and ready to tango. Got a last pick at Johnny. White's open, I see. I felt like a genius. I was like, this is perfect. And then I don't have to pay for a whole night of hotel before TwitchCon. And there was a small child directly in front of me who screamed the entire flight. All 6 hours, just screaming and screaming and screaming. Yeah, I'm just like sitting there in my seat like, I'm not a violent person, but my God. It was just so much screaming. 6 hours of it. I was like, how does this kid not tired itself out by now? What are they feeding this child? What is going on here? And I'm so mad. I'm so mad at the end of the flight. I know I'm like my con is fucked. The whole first day I'm just gonna be like a zombie, you know. My sleep schedule is gonna be toasted. At the very end of the flight, the child stands up in her chair, just like all bright and happy, and goes, "Bye-bye, everybody!" Like the cutest smile you've ever seen in your life. And I'm just sitting there seething with rage. Bye! I'm just like, oh my God. Anyway, I don't know what to draft here. Vamp Tutor, Mana Drain, Grief, Scalding Tarn, and Mox Diamond all have arguments. I think our curve is such that we don't need Mox Diamond. We don't have the Reanimator stuff for Grief, so I'm either going to go Tarn or Drain. I guess I'll take Drain. We don't really have anything to drain into, but some of the draw 7s that we might pair with Hull Breacher cost a lot, so maybe we'll end up being okay. Let's take a Library here. I like a Library. Gush is pretty sick with Psychic Frog, though. Maybe we'll get to wheel that one, huh? Ooh, this seems like a Shinobi deck, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. Burn in hell, you adorable child. I shall loathe you for eternity. A pox on your firstborn. And yes, you are very cute. You are adorable. Perfect curve. It's a pretty nice curve. I wouldn't mind some free counters, huh? Some Force Will action. Leovold. We're not currently playing green, is the issue with Leovold. I'm going to take this Lorien Revealed. I like the true name, though. And this style of shell could do work. Hey, Modular Monk, thanks up 44 months. Yeah, much love, Monk. Blue-Black Ninja. Fair enough. Just for you, Eric. You were all in on Chrome Mox. The issue with Chrome Mox is that, like... So this style of deck can't actually afford to pitch cards that well. And most of our cards don't, like, make up for being pitching a card to play them. Tamiyo doesn't need the card. Psychic Frog could get the cards back, but, like, Click, Hull Breacher, those disruptive cards don't actually want... They're not card advantage, right? Whereas in a red aggro deck, you're, like, fucking pitch casting to Chromox and playing, like, a Lalia that's, like, drawing cards while murdering the opponent. Just a different sort of deal, Yeah, you need more than just Frog for Chrome Mox. Well, here's a couple Bobs. Let's try the Flying Bob. Let's try New Bob. Grief Wield. Interesting. Well, some free disruption is better than no free disruption. The Gush didn't come back. Damn. Yeah, right? Gush almost always wheels. It's possible there's a blue-green drafter that took that fast spawn that we saw earlier. And they wanted Gush. Curve just got a lot more expensive with the incarnations here. Ooh, a removal spell. I needed a removal spell. Alright. Spicy Meatball has been very patient. Spicy says, rediscovered this gem from my early teen years that my dad had on CD. It's jam-packed with historical references that I never got as a child. The track's called Horse Soldier by Corb Lund. Oh, I don't know, Dragonheart. I haven't played with Soren much. This might be one of the weaker packs we've seen. I mean, Swords is really good, but... Yeah, Necromancy, Edict, and Mastermind are all options. Mastermind would just be another flyer for Shinobi. We don't really need it here. I guess it works well with Hull Breacher, huh? Mastermind, Hull Breacher. If you have the mana to activate it. I think I'm going to take this Necromancy. Maybe Edict's better. Necromancy's a little expensive for this deck is the only issue. Mostly getting the opponent's things. This pack's great, huh? I really want this Daze. I want this Daze so bad. I think I need the Verdant Catacombs. But I want the Daze so bad. The Daze is so good here. Fuck, Jace or Jace. Yeah, little Jace doesn't really look like it does a ton here, huh? Not a lot to flashback. Talking about Baleful Mastery versus this Bronco. Yeah, we taken the Chrome Mox and then taken regular Bob and then taken Bronco. It would have ended up being a solid Chrome Mox. Enough cards that make up for the card disadvantage. Yeah, I was hoping we get an untapped duel like Watergrave or Underground Sea. Doesn't seem like that's going to happen for me, but I'm feeling good about grabbing that Sewers so early, huh? Yeah, we're going to need a wheel. It's probably going to be a... Oh, there's Underground Sea right there. God, I got to pass that Barrogoyf. Damn. I mean, the Sea's worth it, but damn. Yeah, I was getting to a point where I didn't think we were going to get it. The Sea. Ooh. All hail Liliana. Yeah, draw 7 would have been good. I think our deck's solid, though. You think Frog might be the best 2-drop in the cube? I think it is. What even is the competition? A Johnny? Channel? Orcs? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got Orcs over Psychic Frog. Not for very much, though. Frog forcing you into 2 colors. Bill? Yeah, I think Bill's the best green 2-drop. I don't consider Time Walk on, hey, the Daze wheel. The Daze and the Inquisition wheel. That's fantastic. That's so good for me. Beautiful Daze deck. Gorgeous Daze deck. Yeah, Horse Soldier was fun. Thanks for sharing that. The White Dog always fucks you. You think the White Dog's better than a Johnny? I have a Johnny higher, but I think the dog has a higher average game, but then a Johnny's got a higher ceiling. Am I still on Dimir for standard tomorrow? I'm playing the Blue-White Artifact deck tomorrow. I almost registered Dimir. I probably should have. Like, I've got a ton of reps with Dimir, and I have no reps with this other deck. But it looks pretty intuitive to play. I've played similar like artifact-based aggro decks in Pioneer and stuff, right? Scissors decks. No, not Synthesizer. Just aggro. I am excited to play some Standard, yeah. And then the Cube Feeder events right after that. But I've been enjoying Standard a lot lately. Looks like I need one more card. I think I'll play the Baleful. Oh no, the Lorien Revealed's a land. That's right. One awkward thing about the Baleful is the exile clause. It doesn't work with Necromancy. It might be better than Necromancy here. Necromancy's mostly rebuying the opponent's stuff. Okay, let's play Mastery over it. Virtue does give it inevitability. It's really bad with Darkstar Augur, though, right? Can we go to 16 land in this deck? We could. I don't really want to, but we could. We can use our lane drops, too, right? We got, like, Clues to Crack. Our curve goes, like, to the comfortable 4 range. Hey, Serby Boy thinks the Sod thinks 87 months. Oh, I should actually play one more Island Hum. Because there's the Mox Jet and there's Urborg here. Hey, Tenex thinks 85 months. Tenex says, I came on to do this thing, then remembered I had done the thing last time. I forgot to do this thing. Prime! Hey, thanks, Tenex. Bloom. A 19 land deck? Oh, it is. Yeah. How did I do that wrong? Where did I fuck that up? Did I just, like, super miscount? I must have. Alright, get back in here, Necromancy. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about Virtue. Maybe I shouldn't be. I could play Deathrite Shaman and then run this Indatha Triome to be fetched out. With the idea being that I could exile creatures that way. Yeah, I think Virtue just costs too much. Master of Death's not crazy. Let's play Master of Death. We got Psychic Frog and the Kaido loot and the Liana uptick. It pairs with all those. And we've got 2 pitch casts, so another gold card that we don't mind pitching. Totally fine. How did I miscount that badly? I don't think I'm going to bin this Lorien Revealed. We have the Surveil land that we might want to grab later, but I'm not going to grab it turn 1. I want to hold up the hard cast days on turn 1. Hey. Yeah, I think the Revealed should be getting Underground Sea at this point. Day's getting its value in. Always tempting to Shinobi, but with double counter, I think we just chill, right? Seems like a fine time to chill. I guess I counter that. I think they think that snapcasting Force of Will works. It doesn't. They do at least get a snapcaster in play to trade with my Hull Breacher, though. I didn't tap a blue. What was giving me the loading screen anyway? You could like Necromancy the Hull Breacher here and pass with Spell Pierce off, and that's probably better. Really good chance the Hull Breacher's ability matters, right? And then you're still holding up Pierce. Reb was in the cube a while back. I think one of Carmen's versions tried it out. Thassa's Oracle. Interesting. Oh, I could flash this, the Necromancy. Shit. Yeah, I should have just passed. Because I can flash the Necromancy, the Snapcaster, to flash back my mana drain. Why haven't I seen flash Necromancy on Snapcaster before? That's kind of sick, right? Playing the Kaido pre-combat, because it gets countered and pumps the Goyf. And if it doesn't get countered, then I loot away the Zerborg and then pumps the Goyf. So this is an extra point of damage. Fair enough. At least this Hull Breach is continuing to do work, I don't think this Jace does very much, does it? The Brainstorm's bad. The Bounce is bad. I think the best line with this Jace the Mind Sculptor might be bouncing Nethergoyf. I guess bouncing Nethergoyf is worse than bouncing Shinobi. Bouncing Shinobi at least makes me pay for. Hey. Come now, Twitch chat. We don't need to fight. Ugh. But we will anyway. Because it's fucking fun. Paying 2 to not make a token. Must really hate tokens. Oh, for the Hull Breacher? Sure. Yeah, fuck tokens. Yeah, I didn't actually bring any treasure tokens with me, so I'm playing around it. Don't have to write on a piece of paper. Could I have paid 2 mana for the Baleful Mastery, and gotten a treasure? No. It wouldn't have worked. Wizards would have come to my house and arrested me for getting too much value. Yeah, Wild. I was worried about the Daze not finding a target, but the Daze countered something and the Spell Pierce didn't. That's a smexy looking opener. If you're curious what smexy means, it is a terrible way of saying sexy. Deciding whether to grief turn 1. Yeah, sure, fuck it. I was gonna take this Talisman, huh? That hand becomes so clunky. Yeah, obviously it's tempting to daze the true name. I was worried about that One Ring running away with things. The true name I can at least like fly over, right? Gosh, yeah. That hand's scary. The opponent's hand? Yeah, if you're afraid of uncastables. I'm just terrified of them. Oh, what if the opponent never does anything? Alright, maybe I shouldn't have played the Tamiya pre-combat. I was looking forward to getting some nice clues with it. This Master of Death's kind of sick in this spot. You like dazing the true name? I said why I did not daze the true name, right? You remember that? Because I thought the One Ring had a better chance of taking over the game. This true name hasn't done anything, really, right? Yeah, the Tamiya has nothing to rebuy, bro. I'd much rather be spitting out clues with it, I think. Casting the Master of the Death lets me bin 2 cards to the Petrified Frog Exile. And then I can actually, like, draw a card post-combat with Kaido. What happens if I just fucking pump it twice, though? They take 7, go to 4. I mean, they're either Spelljacking or Mystic Confluencing here, right? One issue with, like, countering the Spelljacker is that Mystic Confluence resolves, but I don't know if I can daze it next turn anyway, right? And I'm tapping with 6 lands there. I guess Tamiya could down tick on daze, just to make their life more awkward. They're at 11. I could discard 2, Tamiya rebuy a card, discard 3, 8, put them down to 3. Putting them to 1, or putting them to 3 is, like, seriously tempting because then, like, Kaido can down tick for a 1/1 next turn. I kind of still like holding on to the daze, even though it's not going to hit anything. I also kind of like upticking Tamiya. Alright, I'm going to do the original plan here. We do not have another discard. Ooh. Hey, Zuggernaut thinks this sub thinks it's 70 months. How'd the final boss go? Went really well, Radley. So last night I got stuck. I got a little stuck. I was like pretty drained after streaming for 11 hours. And I ran into the final boss and I was just like getting my ass kicked. It was like not close. I was like, okay. I can't even like think of like different things to try. I'm so wiped right now. So I went to bed. I woke up. I looked up like some advice online, and they were like, "You should use some fucking arrows of dispelling." And I was like, "Oh shit, I should use some arrows of dispelling." So the first thing I did in my stream today is I walked back to the merchant in town, and they put the merchant who has the dispel arrows right next to the entrance to the final dungeon, like right there. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. Anyway, had a really good time. Certainly an epic fight. I think it took me like 3 reloads this morning, and I tried like a couple attempts last night. So like 5 tries total. Not the worst, huh? Not the worst. Did I play Baldur's Gate last night? Yeah, the last 3 days, Maxwell. The last 3 days, I did an entire run, starting on Tuesday. It was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the very start of today. Making sure their confluence resolves. Don't hate it. Haha! The VODs are on Twitch. I will be putting them on YouTube later, so you can get the sweet, sweet sounds and whatnot. Because the soundtrack in those early Baldur's Gate games is so good, right? And you really want to have the atmosphere. Threatening to ult a Tamio here. How long does it take to get the hang of the interface? So like there are some similarities to Baldur's Gate 3 if you played through Baldur's Gate 3, but it's certainly older, right? And you're playing with second edition rule sets, so you recognize some of the spells and such, but you'll have to read them and all that biz. And getting the hand of wanting Thaco to be small instead of large, you know, it's just inverted. Wanting your AC and all that to be very small instead of big numbers. It's very hard for me to answer because I grew up playing those games, right? Those old school computer RPGs. So I don't know how they would be, how intuitive they would be for a newer player. Nine cards, please. The first one does have a little tutorial around Candlekeep, yeah. Where you're getting trained by your tutors and such. Well, we didn't find Hullbreacher in our top 9 cards, so they do get to get away with drawing with the One Ring. I think I'm gonna cash in Kaido. Yeah, a lot of modern RPGs based a lot from those old school computer RPGs. So there'll be a lot to recognize too. Very similar to Baldur's Gate 3, where you're like growing in complexity as well. Where early on you only have like a couple of spells that you're using and such. And so, and then like every time you level up, you get more spell options, and your overlay and options get more and more complicated. So finally, at the end of the game, you're like switching between a bunch of different weapons for different scenarios and stuff. But you're not getting front loaded with that complexity, right? Tamio outdrawing the One Ring. Now I kind of feel like a genius for flipping Tamio that early, huh? Just immediately flipping. You're excited for new Thank You Scientist? Oh yeah? Is there a new album coming? The singer had to dip out, right? So they lost their original drummer and their original singer. Yeah, some really good songwriting, exceptional musicians. Really hard to make those large bands work. Yeah, the way the game worked out, I would just never have had a spot to actually crack the clues, huh, Roro? Does this Tamio matter? I don't know. Oh, let's settle the... You think I'm getting brain freeze down here? I mean, if you let the Tamio resolve, you also get brain freezed out, right? They just brain freeze and then down tick to rebuy it. We also don't know that they have a brain freeze, right? They might just have to play Oracle because they're mono blue. Why am I giving it flying? I guess I should have been Master of Death on their turn. You could flip the Concealing here and have one more attacker, but then, I mean, right now we have Mana Drain plus Spell Pierce, right? We'd only have one of them up otherwise. Gilby wins. Ooh, this hand's kind of sick on the play, huh? I'm gonna go get that Surveil land, I think. And then just play a flash game on two. Seems like a good card here, huh? Oh, exactly the sort of card I wanted. It's like fine, right? It does brick me a little bit. Potentially. Possibly I'm just supposed to Strix here. Because Strix can march into Copter real easy. If they loot, I draw, but they're probably gonna. I mean, they would probably attack. They'd probably hold it back on defense, right? I would assume. I'm just gonna lose this mana. Get my Shinobs hit in. That's what Fallen Shinobi wants me to call it. We're pretty good friends. We're pals. Yo, just call me Shinobs. Caleb D. No prob, Shinobi. No problem. Just cast this. It goes to their graveyard. Nice to exile the Tolarian Academy there. I would get one card out of the deal. I've got 4 cards to their 5. Actually, they would get 5 because this would go to the graveyard. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass here. I'm pretty happy with this, right? With the removal spell and it does make our Hull Breacher look a lot better, right? Just knowing that they've got Echo in their deck. Might have more draw 7s too. Yeah, this deck isn't the best at using the Mana Drain mana. Still a great card. I mean, Counterspell is still a great card in Cube. Ah, shit, fuck. I was hoping they'd play a blocker here and I could just damn it and fucking keep crack-a-lacking in. Really glad we exiled their academy, huh? Damn, being a sorcery might be an issue here with that Smuggler's Copter, huh? Last chance to get the fairy down, with fairy coming in, removing my ability to flash things in. Oh, gotta love that cowbell. That sweet, sweet cowbell. Is Tough Cookie Dees? It's good in your Artifact Academy deck, right? 2 artifacts for the price of 1. I don't know whether I want to draw a card here or down tick and have another thing pecking at Oko. Probably should draw a card. One card's worth a damn hum. Getting in, hum. Yeah, trading with Tough Cookie is not crazy. Not a crazy thing to do. Does Strix want to serve or does Strix want to chill? Strix might want to chill here. Adoko's upticking a lot. I could just like loot with Kaido, or I could down tick pass. Let's loot. I was planning on activating the Fairy Mastermind, but now I think I want to put the Master of Death hum. I'm bidding it here is fine too. Just thinking if I play it, it's like one more thing that's fine to attack into Oko, but I guess I could leave the Tough Cookie activation back and then have a 4x. I'm just going to bin it. Hey, sup, they call me Keegs. Thanks to 7 months there. Cube. What time do the feeder leagues open? I think like we're around 10 or 11 tomorrow. Hey, CMFP. Thanks to the sub. Thanks to 71 months. Yeah, I would guess 11 a.m. Central Time. The whole Cube tourney is taking this week off, including feeders tomorrow. Oh, really? Is that what, like, was that in the original schedule, or did they post something about it that I just missed? I'll remove the feeder leagues after in my stream title then. Sure. Next week is off. Yeah, tomorrow's the 7th. You skip 1 week for the mocks after this weekend. Okay. Well, let me retitle my stream. Plus feeder leagues after. Only gonna get 1 card in this activation, but it might impact how I block here. If I do. Oko is busted, yeah. And the Tough Cookie's been doing a lot of work here, too. So the feeder leagues are not open tomorrow. I guess that makes sense. So the 64 is the week after, just like not open. Okay. I will retitle the stream a 3rd time. I think we'll keep the auger. Well, Bronco's easier to control with Virtue, I guess. You can crew it and stuff, unlike the auger. Nice to have that extra flyer, though. I don't think Fire Covenant's particularly good against this opponent. Yeah, I think that game's a little closer if I flash in and trade with the cookie that 1 turn. The issue is, then we just lose to the Oko anyway. The Oko just turning the random shit into 3/3s. Buries me. Scooter was really good. Prevented me from pressuring the Oko. Limited RCQs. Your opponent registers your pool and limited RCQs, Thrifted Mitch. So they register your pool and then you build from it. Bringing in outside cards wouldn't do anything. Ideally. Maybe if you had like an atrocious TO. Don't currently have the second blue for that, but that's okay. Really clean turn to Virtue this Bristly Bill. With the Hull Breacher down, Baleful Mastery got really good. I could just like pass here, right? Click got really good too. Yeah, let's just pass. Maybe I'll click him on the draw step. I don't think they ever saw Days. Well, I can't remember actually if they saw Days last game or not. I don't think it really matters. So I'm gonna keep mana drain up. Maybe I just can't. Maybe I just can't do everything I want. Very convenient, very easy to just like Virtue plus Baleful Mastery here. Maybe I shouldn't have drawn, huh? Maybe I just shouldn't have drawn with Library there. Because the Baleful Mastery would place itself mana-wise, and then you Virtue, and then you've got 2 treasures with a mana drain here. Like, game's just kind of locked up. Does Bristly Bill kill me if they double activate? Is that all they have is a double activation? For, yeah, double activate. So it'd go from 2, say they have a land drop, right? So it goes up to 3. I mean, I guess I don't mind jumping with click anyway. Yeah, we go up to 3 counters from a land drop, then 6, and then they activate again. It's 12, so it'd be 14 damage. I think that's worth keeping click back for him. I guess if they went all in on double activating Bristly Bill, then just casting the Baleful Mastery would be fine. Oh, I'm really glad I left a mana drain, Holy shit. Is this ever a different game if I just don't hold up drain? Quick has its Virtue. Doesn't really do much for me. How do I kill the fastest? Casting Grief isn't crazy. I'm just going to play the Shell Beam. I don't think playing the Virtue is bad. It's just slow, right? If you have more colored mana, like rebuying click and then like getting to click another draw step is kind of sick. God damn it. Retrofitter's annoying. Hey Spawn, thanks for the $5. Appreciate you. Very annoying. Might regret going underneath Mastery, Oh, they're going in all in on making a 4/4 to try and trade with the Shinobi. Oh, thanks for that buck spawn. Let's get your song request in. Got a medium on that track anyway. Gimme, gimme, gimme. By Calm R. Guinness. You don't think it was a good play? Making a 4/4. I mean, I think it's the play that I would have made in their spot. I think it gives them the best chance to like come back and take over the game, right? If they get to trade with the Shinobi or eat the Hull Breacher there, it would have just like taken longer if they had not done that. Yeah, they have to do something. Yeah. Game 3 versus Lars Honey Toast. Kind of hate this hand just because it's a little on the slow side and slow on the draw. I'd like it a lot better if we were on the play, of course. If we had Spell Pierce. No cards to pitch to Grief here. Why is that melody so familiar? Oh, it's an ABBA cover, I see. What am I supposed to sewers here to get Hull Breacher down? I think playing this Mastermind's good. Especially if they intend to clamp again. Alright, Mastermind looking shit again. Starts auto playing Heaven and Hell. Yes, this is what I was hoping for. I was like, please cast that. Please cast that Green Sun Zenith for full. So they have Greaves in hand. I think I'm going to click them on their draw step. They get a card from it, whereas if I waited a turn for Hull Breacher, they wouldn't. But I also get a card from it, right? It's not like we're down. And I might even let them keep it, who knows? Cookie down. The cookie respect is real. Oh, hers is a really good rip there, Well, shit. Yeah, the Battlesphere, the Urza is gonna let the Battlesphere resolve. God. If I Hull Breacher this turn, then I click next turn, and the click gets to take the Urza instead. Just lines up so much better for me. Shit, Yeah, next turn I gotta have a hasty Battlesphere. Bit much aim. I was really hoping for a land here. I would go to Jace bounce the Construct, and then they go down to 5 mana, and they're like further away from Battlesphere. Or could have like Credence and gotten it out of their hand, right? Instead, they just need like a single land, which seems easy enough done. No mana drain. Yeah, mana drain would be a hot answer to a Battlesphere, that's for sure. Yeah, there it is. They're not jamming it. Interesting. I guess I have mana drain mana up, so they're worried about slamming Battlesphere and me just draining it, maybe? I would have fucking died, though, right? They just go, like, tap out, slam Battlesphere, use 2 mirror tokens to play the Greaves, give the Battlesphere haste, just, like, kills me in 2 turns. God damn it. I was, like, hoping for a draw 7. They would waltz into this Hull Breacher. Instead, the Teferi just gets to bounce Hull Breacher and time walk me entirely. I think I want to curtains them and take the Battlesphere. Attack, clear Teferi, and then next turn I can Necromancy the Battlesphere maybe. Okay, well, Necromancying their Battlesphere just got a lot worse, but seen the Ottawa in their hand. Get an issue with madness in your cube game. So it's a little weird because you have to stack the madness trigger, and then after the madness trigger is resolved, then it asks you to click on the card to cast it. So it is a little unintuitive if you've never played one before, but it should work. Would really like to get this Hull Breacher down, but I think I have to go like Jace bounce that Construct, right? It's getting a little too large. A little too large and in charge. But on the other hand, like clamping these fucking servos, right? It's all just a bit too much. Okay, well, this gives me another shitter, I guess. Maybe I will just attack for 5. 5 damage, right? Kind of a sick block, huh? Our Battlesphere comrade. Kind of looks like I have 7 damage here, doesn't it? Yeah, opponent got greedy, huh? Opponent got greedy, bouncing the Bronco to serve in there. They smell blood in the water. They're like, I could just attack for lethal. I could just fucking attack for lethal. Why don't I attack for lethal? Winning seems nice. This is like the worst hand made up of good cards. On the play, huh? Right, if we had a turn 2 Frog, obviously I'd be about it. Frog and Master Dad, that's pretty good. Okay. Hell yeah, Jailer. Always nice to get a good jib compliment. Specifically how it's cut. Oh, very fun, Epiceris. I can remove this. Let's see if we get to attack with this Fairy Mastermind. The Queen of Sin. So brutal. Yeah, it kind of resolves. Then I like double mull on the play. Looks a lot more reasonable, right? As it just sits there and like catches me up very quickly. Time Walk, Soul Ring, Mox Ruby, Minskin Boo. That sounds like a good deck. Why didn't you draft that deck? We listened to this album the whole way through the other day. Ooh, can we draw Baleful? Baleful can just fucking exile that Titan. I got dinner. Teriyaki chicken. Ooh, this smells good. This looks good. Y'all want to see what I'm eating? Oh, man, look at that. You can have a bite if you like. You've been in good chat. Folks were so good about me playing Baldur's Gate for a few days. Very chill. I think I got like a couple of questions asking me when Q would be back instead of like a bunch every day, you know? Yeah, so the Exile permanent is very good versus Triplicate Titan once it's it stays at 9/9. Maybe I should just take fucking 9. Yeah, let's just go to 11. We have Jace Bounce too. Could be good. HelloFresh? This is not HelloFresh, no. This is regular old delivery. Well, that was a lot of cards to find nothing. Will I be mad if you ask when is Baldur's Gate back? No. Always nice to hear people actually enjoying my my variety streams. I don't do them very often, right? If you cast Lorien, you'll have 1 mana up. Is the issue with Lorien here. If you activate Fairy Mastermind, you'll have 2 mana up. If my absolute best answer to this Titan costs 2 mana, it's probably better to chill. Well, shit, huh? The weird Panda Kung Fu Battle Royale game? Oh, yeah. That was a sponsored stream. I mean, I made like $800 streaming that. It was pretty fun, too. You really enjoyed the Telltale game streams when I used to do them? Oh, yeah. I really enjoyed those, too. They're really easy to fit into, like, one stream. Apparently there's going to be one more of those released. The Big B Wolf one got sold off to another developer. I'll probably stream that shit. I wonder what they sealed for him. Yeah, I think I'm just dead, right? I can force I can mana drain the force negation and draw 3, but then I can't do anything with the 5 mana in my second main phase. I already made my lane drop for the turn. I already drew my Mox. Bummer. I went through like a lot of cards looking for Answer the Titan. We have a few here in the deck. Jace Bounce. The Scoop Not Show 'em Drain. The best answer is Baleful Mastery, and that's why I didn't like trade off with the Strix early on. I like the Bob effects. I think I'm going to keep this as is. Have I ever considered streaming the Query? I don't know. I'm not familiar with that game. As someone who had only played Baldur's Gate 3, I thought watching the original was really cool. Yeah, I figured like now or like right before Baldur's Gate 3 came out, would be like a reasonable time to stream Baldur's Gate 1, and people who like those old games could like come back in nostalgia. People who like Baldur's Gate 3 and want to look back, get a chance to see what those games were like. Oh, it's a survival game. Yeah, I'm not huge on survival games. Interactive drama horror. Played a lot of Neverwinter Nights. Yeah, I had the Neverwinter Nights Gold Edition that I found at like a random Toy Liquidators. It was decent. Apparently, a lot of that game was in the player-made maps, right? Because they give you like a huge toolkit for making your own maps and such. Just stuff in my face here while an ad rolls anyway. Taking good use of my sideboarding. Hell no, MTG! Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 16 months. You like the Arcfiend versus Show and Tell? I mean, it's pretty bad against the 9-drop, right? We do have a chance to madness it, though. It could be solid. Just very awkward with our own Bob cards, right? We have 2 Bobs. More fetches would help Deathrite, yeah. We also don't have like a ton of spells for it to drain, but yeah, if I had like a Wasteland or a Strip Mine in here, I would love the Deathrite. Cool thing about those cards is that they're 2 lanes in the graveyard, right? Yeah, bidding that and just trying to set up my land drops would be pretty solid, but if you're not playing Bronco on turn 2, right? Plus, if we miss our land drop next turn, we can always play Strix next turn, right? Hell yeah, Wild Chrome. This is just a YouTube playlist. My mix. So YouTube is like, this is the stuff you like, and I'm like, you're right, YouTube. That is the stuff I like. Land? Nice. Clicking in response to Show and Tell was always hilarious. I think I want to get their draw step here anyway. That's rude, fancy art. They just straight up don't have blue mana. I guess we take this flash, huh? I guess I could also just leave them with this. I wonder why they didn't cycle Miscalc. Maybe they drew Miscalc for turn. I was getting hungry. When I saw Judas Priest live, the drummer came out, right? And he was like, what do you all want to see? And the whole crowd, everybody but me, because it's just the drummer on stage, right? Everyone in the crowd is like, Painkiller! And I'm just like, Electric Eye! Oh, Painkiller! That's what we're doing, right? Yeah, we're just going to draw some cards here. Take the Grizzlebrand, Necromancy it. Interesting. Almost a mirror match here, huh? Maybe Subtlety's bad. Probably not going to be reliable Graveyard Hate, but I do have a Triumph that I can fetch out, right? Yeah, I don't think I saw anything to subtlety in those two games, so. Actually, I have no idea if this is a keep or not. I think it's a mull. We're on the draw here, so like there's a good chance you get to activate curtains on 2, which I think is solid. Hey, Tavares thinks the 20 months. Happy Eve? Eve of what? What eve are we celebrating? Or just evening in general? Yeah, I would jam that Chains Addiction. Hell yeah. Hey, Pockets thinks 76 months. Yeah, let's go. Has this Goip been good? It's solid. It's solid in these like tempo-y type shells. Where like having a 1-mana 3/4 is good, right? If you think of it as like a 1-mana 3/4 that comes back sometimes, you'll evaluate it pretty appropriately, I think. Right? Yeah, black is low on good 1-drops. I agree with that. I think the 20 Chains Addiction will be happily jamming that stip soon, right after this match. What were they vamped for here? Hey, thanks for the match, David. Yeah, your deck was terrifying. That that food 2-drop gave you the business, huh? That one game. But yeah, GG's. Good luck in your next drafts. Interesting. I guess we take Entomb here. Take the Entomb. Yeah, I like Pyrogoyf and Barogoyf a lot. Big fan of those cards. I don't know if I can pick a favorite. I think this Imperial Seal is getting show and tell, so they can put their Ulamog into play. I think that's their plan. And we are a mana away from this mana drain. We can cycle the Triome and then exile it for blue, but we'll only have 1 mana then. I could cycle the Triome and then hit hit an untapped island, and then I'd have mana drain mana. That'd be so sick. I think I'm just supposed to cast my shit here. We're not going to be exiling any creatures from the graveyard, Lily. They're going to be show and telling in this Ulamog, I believe. Maybe I'm supposed to Nether Goyf there and then activate Deathrite. Deal 1 more damage, that'd be at 7. I don't know if I were to land next turn, I could Shinobi plus activate Deathrite. Or, I mean, Shinobi could hit a land, too. I'm not going to put the Shinobi in because they would just block Shinobi. I'm going to put in the Nether Goyf. And the Revealing Eye is Menace. I think that'll be good for me. Whoop, 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 whoop. Suppose. Doesn't really matter, the Kaido. Sick. Nice little trophy. All right. We have a step. I'm going to put that in the overlay.